Broncos country, God bless George Paton, man. I don't know how this man continues to do it, but it's a wonderful time to be a Broncos fan as the Broncos have agreed to a 4-year extension with star pass rusher Nik Bonitto. The deal is worth up to $120 million max with 70 million guaranteed, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of the above, man. If you love Denver sports and you love breaking news, we break it all down here on the channel. But let's get right into this, man. This is an unbelievable deal. Now, I will say we were all pretty optimistic. We were talking about this being a deal that I felt like would be done, especially given not just the recent track record and history of the Broncos, but all of the positive things that we had talked about. You know, Nik Bonitto has the same agent as Patrick Surtain. Patrick Surtain got his deal done just a couple days before the season last year. They do it again this year. They waited until the last minute just to kind of see how all the other deals would affect it. And I think they came together with a deal that makes an unbelievable amount of sense, man. 4-year, $120 million up to, so it's about $105 million with some incentives that'll bring them to $120 million. But the $70 million guaranteed is the key figure there. So many people thought it was going to be in the $30 million a year range. It was closer to 26 and a half. And here's why I like this deal, and I think it's a deal that makes a whole ton of sense for the Broncos, right? Because, you know, a lot of people, so when the George Karlaftis deal was initially announced, I figured that was a really good blueprint as to where I felt like the Broncos were going to go with Nik Bonitto. George Karlaftis signed a 4-year deal worth $88 million, and it had a guaranteed at a total guarantee of about just under $62 million. So I thought, you know, that would be something that makes a lot of sense. They continued to wait. They wanted to see what the other ones would do. And then Micah Parsons comes through with a deal, a massive deal, 4-year, $186 million with a whopping $136 million guaranteed. Now, I don't think anybody really thought that, you know, that Nik Bonitto was going to be in that camp, in that salary cap figure. I certainly didn't want for it to at $46.5 million average per year. But like I always say, the big thing is the guarantee, and the $136 million guarantee was a lot. So what the Broncos did is they found a nice middle ground that I think makes a whole lot of sense. They are well above the George Karlaftis deal, right, which comes in at $22 million a year on average salary, $62 million guaranteed, but well below the Micah Parsons deal. And they find a way to get Nik Bonitto wrapped up for $26.5 million average per year, which is the highest in Broncos history, and $70 million of that guaranteed. You kind of look at it like a 3-year, $70 million deal. An unbelievable deal for Nik Bonitto. Very well deserved. I cannot wait to see how this contract is structured. Are we going to pay most of it up front? Are we going to kind of backload it? What's that going to do? Because that's kind of part of the roster gymnastics. But overall, now, man, we can all go in with 100%, no distractions at all going into the seasons for any player on this team right now. And it's something that you absolutely gotta love, man. And it's been just such a big kudos to George Paton, to Sean Payton, not just with the culture that they've built, but they have this unbelievable ability to negotiate with players for an extended period of time. And not only do they not get the leaks or anything, but players always seem very optimistic, even at a time that, you know, you look around the league, it can get very ugly, it can get very dicey. Obviously, the Cowboys, we're not gonna compare ourselves to the Cowboys, but there's a lot of situations across the league where things get ugly and then they end up getting solved. We don't even get to the point where it gets ugly. Everything is just smooth sailing. Everybody's happy. They're optimistic. The player doesn't have any kind of cryptic tweets or say anything negative. And you know that there's constant communication, and eventually deals get done. So let's recap. Last year, right, we had Jonathan Cooper get done before the season. We had Garrett Bowles get done before the season. We had Pat Surtain get done before the season. All, you know, very, very important pieces to this team. Now, this year, we get Zach Allen done, Cortland Sutton done again. And, of course, we get our man Nik Bonitto all wrapped up as well. So you've got to love it, man. We continue to just build this thing up and build it the right way. And it's wonderful. We got Quinn Miners done last year as well, man. We can't forget about that. So shout out to the Broncos, an unbelievable deal. Love to know what you guys' thoughts are in the comment section below. But this is wonderful, man. This is awesome, and it's great news for all parties involved in this. So kudos to George and Sean Payton on this one. Now, guys, I have an exciting news today. Later this afternoon, I'll be dropping a video talking about the Broncos and the Titans Week 1 preview And we were going to be doing this with a very special guest. His name is Tyler Rowland. If you do not know who he is the host of the Locked On Titans podcast, which is part of the Locked On Network. So make sure you check his YouTube channel out. I'll put it down below in the description. Additionally, you can follow him on Twitter. I will always call it Twitter. It's never going to be X, at Tic Tac Titans. So be sure to check him out. Super excited to get his perspective on this game. We're going to talk a little bit about the Titans, maybe some things that are, surprising about this team, right? He's got a lot of really good information. So be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, let's go, baby. Nik Bonitto is wrapped up. We are ready for week 1. I'm pumped up, man. Football is back today, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.